welcome to part 2 alcohols and phenols. Today we discuss about the structures of the alcohol, phenol and the ethers. Okay, let us see. In this one it is an important question, reasoning questions. They will ask the reasons why the bond angle in alcohol is less than the phenol, or bond length is more than alcohol or ethers. Like this, the question they will ask. The reasons you have to write approximately same. Okay, point to point you have to write. You cannot write as you like. So first let us see the structures. This is the alcohol structure, COH. Already we know that in oxygen, how many lone pairs of electrons are there? 2 lone pairs are there. And here the carbon hybridization state is essentially the single bonded, so sp3 hybridized state. So sp3 hybridized state is there. Actually one angle is there, tetrahedral angle we will say. What is the tetrahedral angle? If a carbon atom is surrounded by the 4 other atoms, then the angle between the carbon and the atom, carbon and this molecules or atoms, that angle we will call as tetrahedral angle. It is approximately 109.5 degrees, 109.5 degrees, or 109 degrees 28 minutes will be there. Okay, but here if you observe it, that is 109, but it is only 108.9 degrees. Okay, so that means approximately it is a tetrahedral angle is it is somewhat it is less. They will ask the reason why it is less. So already we know that here oxygen is having the lone pair of electrons. So due to the repulsion of these lone pairs of electrons, so the angle will be a little bit come closer. So that's why it is less than the 109 degrees 0.5. Okay, so it is less than. That is one angle. That is one question. If you come to the phenol, in phenol the oxygen is attached to the carbon which is having the double bond character. Double bond character means already we know that it is attached to the carbon sp2 hybridized state. So sp2 hybridized state of the carbon where the oxygen is attached, due to this one the bond length, that is it is less than the alcohol. Bond length is less than the alcohol, but actually the bond angle is automatically approximately equals to 109, means tetrahedral angle, 109 degrees. So that is the reason. So that is one. Second point is also there here. Oxygen, since they are having the lone pairs of electrons, what they will do? The bond between the carbon and the oxygen, it is always a double bond character. It will be the double bond character will be formed. So that's why due to that also this bond length is less than the alcohol. So here comparing to these two, bond length they may ask. Comparing to these two, they may ask the bond angle. So that is the thing is there. So here bond length is 136 picometers. It is less than the alcohol. What is the reason? Two reasons are there. One is oxygen. Due to this lone pairs of electrons, it will have the double bond character. The bond between the carbon and oxygen is having the double bond character. That is one thing. Second one, the carbon where the oxygen is attached, it is the sp2 hybridized carbon atom. So that's why bond angle will be less than the bond angle of bond length will be less than the bond length of the alcohol. So that is another reason. Third reason, if you come to the ethers. So here CH3 group is there, CH3 group is there, oxygen is there. So if you observe it, the bond length is almost equal to the alcohols. Bond length is almost equal to the alcohols. But the bond angle is here 108.9 degrees, here 111. That means it is less, it is greater than the tetrahedral angle. It is greater than the tetrahedral angle. They will ask what is the reason. The reason is, so here oxygen which was attached to the 2 carbon atoms, okay, it is having actually 4 lone pairs of electrons. One lone pair, second lone pair, the electron pair which is attached to the carbon and oxygen, here one lone pair, this is also another lone. So total 4 lone pairs of electrons are there. So out of these, And again, so generally the whatever the carbon methyl group is attached on both sides, due to these repulsion interactions, interaction repulsion between the two methyl groups. So that's why what happened, the bond angle is more than the tetrahedral angle. So that is the reason you have to write down. So these are the three important reasons in respect of their structures of their functional groups like alcohol and ethers and phenols. Yes. Now we will see the preparation of alcohols. So alcohols are prepared in many methods. So we will discuss. But first, from alkenes, we can prepare the alcohols, corresponding alcohols. But in alkenes also, it is prepared by two methods from alkenes only. That means hydration, that means addition of water in the presence of a acid catalyst. That means that's why it is called acid catalyzation of hydration. Acid catalyzation of hydration. That is the first method. And the second method, hydroboration. That means boron, diboron is added, hydroboration followed by the oxidation. So these are the two methods we will use to prepare the alcohols from alkenes. So let us see. First, alkenes. Acid catalyzed hydration. Acid catalyzed hydration means, let us take two carbon alkenes. One is symmetrical alkenes and another one is unsymmetrical alkene. That means what you have to do? You have to add the water. That means hydration. But in the presence of an acid catalyst, that is, acids mix, they will give the H plus ions. Okay, so what they will give, suppose if it is symmetrical alkane, so no problem, because double bond will be broken down, H will be added and OH will be added, H2O. So like this, we will get the alkane, alcohol. Whatever the number of carbon atoms you have taken, you will get the same number of carbon atoms alcohol. So that is the first one. But if it is unsymmetrical alkene, if it is there, that means hydration in the presence of an acid catalyst, what you will get? So whenever the unsymmetrical alkene is there, they will follow the Markovnikov's rule. What is the Markovnikov's rule? Says where the less number of hydrogens are there, that carbon atom, to that carbon atom, negative addend will be added. Negative addend means H2O can be written as H plus and OH minus. So this OH minus will be added to the carbon atom where the less hydrogen atoms are there. So actually this is 3, this is 1 and this is 2. So here this carbon atom is having the less number of hydrogen atoms. So what will happen, the product? You will get the product CH, OH will be added here and another hydrogen will be added here. So you will get the secondary alcohol. So that means if it is an unsymmetrical alkene is there, you will get the other Markovnikov's rules you have to follow. If it is a symmetrical alkene is there, you have to follow the same. Symmetrical alkene is no problem at all. Wherever the hydrogen hydroxyl ions are added, you will get the same name. So this is the first preparation of an alcohol. That means alkenes are treated with the hydration, that is addition of water in the presence of acid catalyzed. Here acid ions are acting like a catalyst. So you will get the corresponding alcohol. This is the important. But how it will be taken place, that will be explained by the mechanism. That means mechanism. Already we know that mechanism is three steps it will be completed. So how it will be completed, let us see. The mechanism of formation of an alcohol from alkene is explained in 3 steps. First one is roteination, second one is formation of carbocation, and third one is deprotonation. So these are the 3 important steps are there. In the first step, just water in the acidized catalyst, it will be formed as hydronium ion, H3O+. So that in the first step, what will happen? It is an electrophile. H3O plus is the electrophile. It will be attacks the carbocation to form the carbocation. That means from alkene, attack will be there by this electrophile and forms the carbocation. That is the first step. That means protonation. Protonation from alkene. Okay, it will give us the carbocation. So what is the protonation? Suppose here double bond is there. Breaking down this double bond, it will give us the two free electrons. Okay, one electron will be this hydrogen will be attached to this carbon atom, where the electron was sharing with this carbonate hydrogen and forms the CH3. Here CH2 is there. Here CH3 will be formed. One free electron will be there. That free electron will be formed as the carbocation. So this is the first step. The first step, what will happen? Electrophile attack of the water, hydronium ion, and forms the carbocation. This is the first step. Second step, okay, this carbocation is attacked by the nucleophilic attack. Nucleophile will be there. Oxygen is having the two lone pair of electrons, so rich electrons are there. It will attach the carbocation, and first it will be attached to the carbocation. That means two carbon atoms, this plus will be shared by the O and H will be there. So like that, an intermediate compound will be formed. That is carbocation formation and attack by the nucleophile. So third step, deprotonation. That is proton will be removed again. So this is the deprotonation. From the alcohol water again, it will be supplied by the nucleophile. Attack will be there. And what will happen? This hydrogen will go off and forms this the OH bond, and this hydrogen and H2O will be formed as H3O plus ion. It will go again. So then here OH will be attached to the carbon atom. That is deprotonation, means hydrogen is removed from this one. Deprotonation to form the alcohol. So like this, three steps will be there. These three steps are very, very important. Mechanism of the formation of an alcohol from an alkene. So everybody should know it. Next method is hydroboration followed by oxidation. That means here diborane. Diborane means B2H6. That is diborane, or it can be written as BH3 twice molecule. Diborane. Diborane first reacts with the alkene, first forms the corresponding trialkyl borane. That is the important product. Trialkyl means three alkyl groups will be attached to the borane. And further one, this trialkyl product is hydrolyzed in the presence of a peroxide, hydrogen peroxide with a sodium hydroxide solution. It will give us the corresponding alcohol. So let us see. So this is the, okay, what is the name? 1-propene, prop-1-ine, okay, 1-propene, and reacts with the diborane. First of all, it will forms the 3 B hydrogens are there. That means 3 hydrogens will be attached to this one, 3 molecules of the alkane, 3 molecules of the alkane. At last borane will be left out. So this is called the trialkyl borane. So 3 molecules will be formed. And further hydrolysis with water in the presence of a peroxide, it will forms the corresponding alcohol. This is nothing but the propan-1-ol. That means propanol, propan where the hydroxyl group is attached one position. So that's why it is called the propan-1-ol. So whenever it is attached, this borane molecule to this one, generally it will be attached to the double bonded carbon atom whose hybridization is sp2 hybridized carbon atom. Means where the double bonds are there, for that one it will be attached. And where the hydrogens are less or more, here sorry, where the hydrogens are more, that carbon atom whose hybridization state is sp2, whose hybridization state is sp2, to that carbon atom boron atoms will be attached. So here two conditions are there. One is sp2 hydrogen carbon atom should be there, and second one that carbon atom should have the greater number of hydrogens. Greater number of hydrogens means generally it is against the Marconi-Gauss rule. And since we are using this hydrogen peroxide effect, Karsh effect. So that formula, that rule we have to apply. So then it will give the hydroxyl alcohol. Generally from the propene it will give the propan-1-ol, not propan-2-ol. So remember, that is the important product. So this is about the hydroboration. That means boron is to be added. Further one, oxidation. It is oxidized by in the presence of peroxide and sodium hydroxide. Okay. Now next preparation. Already we discussed about the preparation of alcohols from the alkenes. Second method is preparation of alcohols from carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds means the compounds which contains the C double bond O group. That means C double bond O group components are aldehydes are there, ketones are there, carboxylic acids are there, and esters are there. So four groups are there. So from these four groups, how we will get the alcohol from their corresponding either aldehyde or ketone or carboxylic acid or ester. So let us see. So generally all these reactions will follow the reduction only. Reduction means addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. So that means first let us see the first one, reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Okay, in generally for this reduction we will use the reducing agent, that is strong reducing agents like lithium aluminum hydride and again sodium borohydride or platinum or palladium or hydrogen. So all these are the reducing agents that we will use it. So generally this is the strong reducing agent. Lithium aluminum hydride is the strong reducing agent. So generally here carbon double bond with oxygen. That means here let us take CH that means methanol, that is methanol aldehyde. If you treat in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride or H plus ions, acid catalyzed, then what will happen? This C double bond O, one bond will be broken down, two hydrogens are to be added. Two hydrogens are to be added. One bond means two electrons are there. So it will forms the HCH. Actually this is the structure. So for this one, two hydrogens where they will be added, one hydrogen will be added here, another hydrogen will be added here. So it will forms an alcohol. That means methanol. Methylaldehyde will give the methanol. That means alcohol, methanol. It is a primary alcohol only, first direct carbon atoms. Suppose if you take two carbon atoms of aldehyde, you will get the two carbon atoms of alcohol. That is primary alcohols only they will give. That means aldehydes will give the primary alcohols. So that is the one important. That means reduction of aldehydes will give the corresponding primary alcohol. Let us see the ketones. Ketone means, that means both sides, the carbonyl group should contain both sides the carbon atom. This side also carbon atom, this side also carbon atom. Suppose reduction, if you do it in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride, what will happen? This bond will be broken down. One hydrogen will be added here, another hydrogen will be added here. If you draw the structure, how many carbon atoms are there main chain? 3 carbon atoms. That means 3 carbon atoms can be written like this. Yes. So where the hydroxyl group is there, it is in the middle compound. That is carbon compound. That is here. That means this is also an alcohol, but since the carbon atom where the alcohol OH group is attached, it is in the second carbon atom, so it is the 2-degree alcohol, or it is also called the secondary alcohol. Means ketones, if you take it, what type of alcohol you are getting? secondary alcohol. If you take aldehydes, you will get the primary alcohol. If you take the ketones, they will give the secondary alcohol. So remember, this is the important point. Aldehydes, reduction of aldehydes will give us the primary alcohol. Reduction of ketones will give us the secondary alcohol. So remember, this is about the reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Next one. Second method, from carboxylic carbonyl compounds which are containing the reduction of carboxylic acids and esters. RCOOH is the acid group. If it is a reduced in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride or any other thing, okay, these two will be hydrolyzed, reduced, and you will get RCH2OH. RCH2OH, corresponding alcohol you will get. But esters, since you are using this one is the lithium aluminum hydride, this reducing agent is very expensive, so that's why what they will do, let us see. First, ester, how it will form? An acid reacts with an alcohol, forms the ester. An acid, carboxylic acids reacts with the alcohols, gives the esters. That means RC double bond OH. If it is treated with the R-OH alcohol, that means it is a carboxylic acid, it is an alcohol. If it is treated, OH and H, okay, will be removed as water, and R dash will be added here and forms the ester. RC double bond OR dash. This is called the ester formation is there. Suppose if you hydrolyze this, or if you reduce this ester in the presence of hydrogen gas, what will happen? R-O and reacts with the hydrogen and forms the R-OH, that means alcohol, and you will get here RCH2OH, that means an alcohol you will get it. So this will be reduced into this one, and this will be reduced into this one. So this is called the esters are hydrolyzed, and they will give us the two types of alcohols. So this method is easy, only addition of hydrogen to the ester, then you will get this one. So that's why what they are doing nowadays, to prepare the alcohols, that means from first of all they are making this component into the esters. From the esters reduction will give us the corresponding alcohols. So this is the way they are making. Now, so if you use whatever the number of carbon atoms are there, same alcohol you are getting. So here also carboxylic acids, they will give the corresponding primary alcohol only. But wherever if you use it esters, you are getting the byproducts, two types of alcohols. The yield is very well, so you will get the alcohols very easily. Next, third one, from Grignard reagent. Alcohols are made from the Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent is nothing but the alkyl magnesium halides. Alkyl magnesium halides are called the Grignard reagent. In the alkyl group is having the slight negative charge, and magnesium is having the positive charge. So that means addition of aldehydes or ketones to the alkyl magnesium halides, they will give the corresponding alcohols. It will be taken in the two steps. First, that means carbonyl group it is alkyl magnesium halide. First, it is to be added to the carbonyl group and forms the intermediate compound, that is called the adduct, intermediate product. Further hydrolysis, in the second step, hydrolysis of this adduct will give us the corresponding alcohol. So that is the important one. Now let us see. Alkyl magnesium, any methyl magnesium halide, ethyl magnesium halide, propyl magnesium halide, any reagent if you take it, and corresponding, that means aldehyde if you take it. Aldehyde if you take it here, H, or this one, whatever it may be once. Ketone, either aldehyde or ketone. First of all, in the first step, what will happen? Nucleophilic addition will be taken place. nucleophilic addition will be taken place. That means magnesium halide will be added to the oxygen and methyl group or alkyl group will be added to the carbonate. Second step. So this is called the adduct, and further hydrolysis of this one will give here H2O will forms the H plus and OH minus. So this OH minus will be attached to the plus magnesium halide and forms the magnesium hydroxy halide, and hydrogen H plus will be added to the oxygen and forms the corresponding OH. Suppose if you take here H and here H, that means carbonyl group contains the two types of hydrogens, one carbonyl, that is called the methanol aldehyde. Okay, if you take it methanol, here if you take it ethyl or methyl magnesium halide, what you will get here also methyl group will be added, so two carbon atoms compound alcohol you will get it. If you take it methyl magnesium halide, you will take the ethyl alcohol, that is one carbon atom added. That means whatever the R group you are taking, that much carbon atoms will be added to the one and you will get the total alcohol, and magnesium halide is the byproduct, you will get it. So like this we will get the alcohols from the Grignard reagent also. So this is the most important. Observe take the different compounds of this aldehydes or ketones. Okay, if you take it methanol, you will get the 1 degree alcohol. If you take it ethanol, propanol, butanol, that means you will get the secondary alcohol. If you take it ketone, you will get the tertiary alcohol. So that means aldehydes, they will give the two types of aldehydes, that is 1 degree alcohol and 2 degree alcohols. And if you take it the ketones, you will get the tertiary alcohol. So remember, these are the important products. Just you can go through in the textbook. Okay, so that you can practice the reactions.